Nah, I'm trying to do a reverse Jay Cutler '09.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Now this isn't a breaking news exactly because it has been speculated for weeks now that the former Miss Olympia Derek Lunsford, he has been working with Chris Aceto as his coach after the retirement of his former coach, Hany Rambod. And some of you guys might remember that little clip from one of Derek's YouTube video, which I also showed you guys in one of my videos, where Derek said that he has been checking in with his coach almost daily after the Olympia last year. That was like a confirmation that the coach couldn't be anyone other than Chris Aceto because he's one of those guys who look at his athletes almost on a daily basis, especially those guys who are at the highest level.
It's good to check in. I've been checking in like pretty much every day, which is cool.
Now, Derek Lunsford had a very interesting take on this whole scenario where he said that he's doing '09 Jay Cutler only in reverse. Because if you guys remember, Jay Cutler lost the Olympia title working with Chris Aceto in 2008 and he went to Hany Rambod for 2009 and the man won back his Olympia title in the most dominant fashion. Now Derek went to Chris Aceto after losing the Olympia title with Hany Rambod, and I have got to say, there could not have been a more perfect coach for Derek Lunsford.
Nah, I'm trying to do a reverse Jay Cutler '09, going from Hany Rambod to Chris Aceto this time instead of Chris Aceto to Hany Rambod. You know, so another so-called dream come true, I guess, being able to work with the greatest coaches ever in bodybuilding. So
Because the thing is, Derek has also seen how his friend and training partner, McGregor, transformed his entire physique under the coaching of Chris Aceto in the last 2 years. So this, I believe, is gonna be very interesting combo. And what Chris Aceto has been able to do as a bodybuilding guru, his guy Jay Cutler was able to beat Ronnie Coleman, and it was his guy, the late Sean Roden, who was able to beat Phil Heath in 2018. Now we are talking about beating the most dominant champions in all of the bodybuilding history. So Chris Aceto's resume speaks for itself. And Derek also seems quite relaxed during this prep. Not to mention he has a trainer like Chris Cormier in his corner now.
now, don't get me wrong. Like I'm competitive and I want to come win and I want to be my best. And I believe that I'm going to continue to improve. And I believe that we can succeed in all these.
Now he took a lot of pressure for this past Miss Olympia prep because the man was the defending Olympia champion, but is now back to chasing the title. So we will see how this works out for him for this upcoming Arnold. What kind of a new package this new team brings to the stage. Now we are less than 8 weeks out of this upcoming Arnold, and I have got to say the man is looking massive. Love him or hate him, you like his physique or you do not like his physique, but you cannot deny that Nick Walker is one of the biggest stars in the men's open bodybuilding, even after not doing the biggest bodybuilding show on earth for 2 straight years, Miss Olympia. And the news of him starting his prep for this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, weighing 302 pounds at 17 weeks out, that was covered by every bodybuilding media outlet out there. Now I have got to say a lot of people have been counting him out because we haven't seen the best of Nick in the last 2 years. But I have got to say one just cannot ignore how consistent the man was, especially during the first 2 years of his pro career. And he is among only a few of those guys who won the Arnold on their first try, which was something huge. Now any weight or specific number, that doesn't matter for Nick, or the judges as well, because Nick Walker himself also knows what the judges want to see from him on the stage. And we all know that the New York Pro 2024 package, that just won't be enough to beat this new and improved version of Martin-Fitzwater and all these other guys. Now it is already a known fact that Nick Walker has some structural flaws, and to be very honest, there won't be any considerable changes, especially in terms of his outer quad sweep. And it doesn't matter how he trains them, how hard he works out, because that's just how his genetics are. But his waist, however, if that goes back to, let's say, the way it looked back at the Arnold 2021, that I think will make a tremendous difference on the final package on the stage. And do not forget, nobody is gonna outmuscle Nick Walker at this upcoming Pittsburgh Pro, and he is also going for the size and the freak factor as well, which is the best bet for him. Next up, we have an update of the reigning Miss Olympia champion, Samson Dauda. Now, he has been all in for this upcoming Arnold prep for weeks on end now, because he knows that he is the reigning Miss Olympia. And even though it is the Arnold, but that Olympia title, that is also on the line. Just imagine Samson winning the Arnold. And more importantly, he brings an even better physique to this upcoming Arnold stage compared to what we saw at the Olympia last year. Nobody is gonna dare predict that anybody, including Hany Rambod, is gonna beat him at this year's Miss Olympia, because he already has a huge structural advantage over every one of these guys, except for Andrew Jack. Now, we never had an Olympia champion who weighed 300 pounds on the stage with such a tight midsection, and Samson Dauda just checks all the boxes. Now, Samson has always said that the Arnold prep, that has always been relatively easier for him compared to his Olympia prep, because he is already so lean at the starting point of his prep, and all of his training updates and also his physique updates, they just goes to show us that the man is right on the money for this far out. So the last time Samson won the Arnold, that was his first ever Arnold victory back in 2023, and he wasn't a favorite at that show because Nick Walker, who was also competing at that show, who placed top 3 at the Olympia the previous year, but this year he is undoubtedly the hot favorite to win his second ever Arnold title. Although I don't think he was expecting that Derek Lunsford, he's gonna jump in there and he's gonna have to have this rematch so early, because the narrative that was built in the industry after Derek not being able to defend his Olympia title, it was that he needed some time to build up his quads or put on some more size. But Derek still believes that it was just a peaking issue. So this is gonna be a very interesting and I believe a very close battle.
Now we start.
So Andrew Jack committed during this upcoming Arnold 2025, weeks before the Olympia, and him not being able to present his personal best at the Olympia last year, that made it more important for him to make this comeback a lot better at this upcoming show, because this is gonna be like a redemption arc for Andrew Jack. Now, it is kind of crazy that one show of Andrew Jack, the Texas Pro last year, that put him in the discussion for the Olympia title to be the best in the world, because that physique by Andrew Jack, that was the most improved physique of 2024 after Hany Rambod and his victory at the Arnold, Ohio last year. But another bad showing at the Olympia that made him lose all his stocks. Now, I believe Andrew Jack, with the way he's put up together so damn well, he is the most dangerous competitor in any show that he enters, because he can just totally change the momentum of any competition right from the start, because his front shots, they are arguably the best in the world. Andrew Jack is Miss Olympia from the front already. Now, Andrew did not go balls to the walls for this Arnold prep right from the start. He took things kind of slow, but the most important thing that he learned over these past 3 years is that for him to be 100% and at his all-time best on the day of the show, his body must feel fresh, because time and time again we have seen him burnt out when it is finally time for the Olympia. Because isn't that exactly what happened at the Olympia last year? But now is the time for Andrew Jack to really push hard in the gym and fire all the cylinders. Now he is moving some crazy amounts of weight in every single YouTube video, and maybe Andrew will train for this upcoming Arnold prep all by himself, because some people in the pro ranks, for instance, I'm gonna take the name of James Hollingshead. He once talked about this, that if Andrew Jack changes his training style and do not do tons of volume that Chris Lewis had him doing during those final few weeks, he is gonna be a lot better. So let's see what kind of a package Andrew brings to this upcoming Arnold. And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.